Go now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's prediction season again for the 2025 and 2026 NFL season. And we are starting off in the AFC East. This is Cheap Seats Media, and it's time for football season again. New England was a team that didn't make very splashy moves this offseason. Nothing that was going to help them win the East, but they helped improve the rebuild. The drafting Will Campbell look like they're trying to plug some glaring holes on offense and keep Drake May from ending up in the ER room in Foxborough. But they'll still be a bottom barrel team in the AFC East, finishing with a record better than last year of 4-13 with a 6-11 record, even though that is a stretch with the schedule they have in front of them, as there are some heavyweight contenders in their schedule this year. Also, with a new coach and the trial run that they'll have to fix the nicks in their armor as the season goes along. But this should be a solid season for the rebuilding Pats team. Well, the clown show of Aaron Rodgers has finally left the station, and a new era of Jets football can rise. An all business Batman in Aaron Glenn, along with his defensive expertise and his NFL coaching experience, will help elevate the team out of the basement of the AFC East. From doing some polling and asking Jets fans what they expected from the 2025 season. And of course, with an unpredictable team like the Jets, you can't see what's going to happen this season until you see what's going to happen. They expect a 7-win season from their team this year, but looking at it from an outside journalistic perspective, New York is looking at an 8-9 season this year. Miami can be described in a few words because there's no major changes. They didn't do much this offseason. They had a very quiet offseason, a very explosive draft. Well, they are planning to trade Jalen Ramsey. Nothing has came to fruition about that yet. Sure, everything will change in a little bit. But if or when the day Jalen Ramsey gets traded, that will leave a gaping hole in the cornerback position. And they can honestly fix that in free agency and trades and stuff like that. Like Jair Alexander, who's still on the board for free agency, just recently got released by the Packers. Nice little 2-year contract to give to him. But the biggest question, besides the cornerback, besides Jalen Ramsey, is the quarterback position. And we all know Tua's going to be the starter, no matter what. Week 1 is going to be Tua. But how is he going to stay healthy and play all 17 games this year and not have one of those games be his funeral? Because we're looking at a downfall like Antonio Brown. He needs to do everything in his power to be QB1 and stay healthy, even in the event he does get injured, because there's still a chance he can get injured and not be a concussion. They still have a proven backup in Zach Wilson, trying to revive his NFL career. But working with a coach like Mike McDaniels, he definitely will bring the best out of him every single week in practice, every single game day if he's needed. But the Dolphins, with the healthy Tua Tagovailoa, will have an 11-6 record this year, as it's a very favorable schedule for them this year. Buffalo fans, you'll still find your way into the playoffs, but it's going to be a cakewalk. Again, like it's always been. It's never been different. As according to Fox Sports strength of schedule rankings, your Bills rank in 23rd with a .467 opponent win percentage. It's just something you don't see out of Super Bowl teams. They usually are playing the best of the best week in and week out to improve and get better before the playoffs even come around. You'll see teams like the Bengals play the Chiefs, the Ravens play the Eagles, so iron can sharpen iron and they can make sure that they're still in good standing and still good running with these teams. That's not a slight to the Bills though. Bills are still a great team. But it could help if they played a couple more competitive teams and a couple more teams that have a little more to play for than just playing for draft picks and playing to go get somebody they need next year, whether it be whoever's going to be in the draft next year. But still, they're still going to be Super Bowl contenders year in, year out until Josh Allen's contract expires. But it's going to be like the 2024 Bengals for them. Why? Because their defense is newly rebuilt and it's going to take some time for everybody to get to know each other. Everybody's gonna be kind of okay. Hi, how you doing? My name is so and so. My name is so and so. So everybody's gonna take a little bit to come together, and it might take them a little bit into the season, but I think it's gonna be a when they get it and they get it going, it's gonna be an unstoppable force. And just like Sean McDermott, who has that defensive minded and really smart when it comes to playing his defenses, playing chess matches with the offenses, and being just an overall great coach. I think he's gonna do a great job for the team like the Bills, and he's gonna build that defense up and make that defense a force to be reckoned with by the time January comes around. But overall, the Bills are gonna have another stellar season, like I said in the opening, and they're gonna have a 12-5 record. A little down from last year. I still think they're gonna lose one game or so. I mean, you never know. Injuries happen, performances, all that other stuff. All that stuff can happen, and all that stuff will affect the game. And then again, I mean, they do play the Chiefs, but somehow they treat the Chiefs games in the regular season like they're the AFC Championship game, and they treat the AFC Championship game like a regular season game, which makes no sense. But I'm not here to complain. Well, that's the AFC East. I do think the Bills are going to repeat as champions again. I just don't think the Dolphins have what it takes just yet to beat the Bills, even though with that reconstructed defense, they could make some noise early on in the season. But then again, they got to play in week 10, and week 10 is probably going to be -2 degrees with the chance of isolated snow thunderstorms or whatever the case may be in Buffalo at the time. Maybe half of Buffalo is covered in a half a, a half pint of snow or whatever the case may be. But it's definitely going to be a close race for the AFC East this year. It's not going to be a runaway like years past. This is going to be one where it's going to be won in the last probably handful of weeks of the NFL season because both teams now, every team besides the Patriots, have a chance at winning. And everybody has a talented roster now, and nobody's gonna sit here and be like, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know who's gonna take the division. And it's gonna be like that for a little bit. It's not gonna be everybody gonna know immediately, like, oh, Bills are gonna take the division. The Bills are gonna struggle because they don't have a defense. And if we've seen what happened with the Bengals, if you don't have a defense, there's a good chance your offense is gonna pay the price by playing a lot harder than they need to be. And then they end up getting tired as the season goes on, and then you guys end up don't making the playoffs. But still, the Bills are going to find some sort of way to make the playoffs any way, shape, or form because it's the Buffalo Bills. There's nothing else I would expect out of them besides making the playoffs with Josh Allen, one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Even though I hate to admit that because I'm a Dolphins fan, but that will not cloud my judgment. And I still think that the Dolphins have a good chance with a healthy Tua to make the playoffs, to probably make it to the second round at least, with a healthy Tua and Tua finally developing that mental confidence to play against good teams. The Jets, they're coming up. They're on the come up now. It's been forever since we've said that. I don't think UPS or the iPhone or anything was that we have in the modern world now was in existence when the Jets were actually good. I think you actually had to send your mail through pigeon when the Jets were last good. And the Patriots, finally, everybody in the whole entire NFL is pretty much excited that they're not doing good because they've been doing good for so long and we have all been tired of it. And now we finally can see what happens when we get a competitive division now without the Patriots. Patriots will be knocked out in the first 3 weeks of the NFL season because there's no way they're going to be this good. Their team is good, but they have a lot of questions and fixing and everything. And if Stephon Diggs doesn't quit on the team like he has done with his past 3 teams. So And that's my AFC East. Thank you for watching. We'll be coming out with the AFC South in the next few weeks, probably next week sometime. It's been Cheap Seats Media, and I'm signing out.